Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have a very special video today for you guys. Today we're going to be reviewing our entire Sonic Plush collection. And here it is. So this is our Sonic Plush collection right here. We got this Sonic Plush, it looks really nice and stuff. Okay guys, I'm just kidding. We have an entire Sonic Plush collection right here. We got all these plushies right here, and we're going to be showcasing our entire collection and giving a little look on all of these plushies.
Oh, and guys, can you guess how many Sonic plushies we have in our entire Sonic collection? We'll stay by to the end of the video to see if you got it correct.
So, let's start off with the Sonic plushies.
Alright guys, we're going to start with the first Sonic plush, which is the classic Sonic 25th anniversary plush. Now this plush was made by Tomy, and it's actually a really nice Sonic plush and has appeared everywhere on our channel. It's appeared on our profile picture, our channel banner, and several of our videos. So yeah, you can tell this is a really nice Sonic plush and definitely one of our favorites. So moving on, we have these two Sonic plushies right here. And now as you can see, these are the Carnival Prize plushies. As you can see, this is the one we won from the claw machine because it still has the tag, as you can see. And I find that these plushies are actually really nice, but I think the heads are a little bit weird. And speaking of heads, look what we got right here. So this is the 25th anniversary classic Sonic plush that we just showed off. But now this time it's just his head. Yeah, moving on, we have this plush right here, which was also made by Tomy. And as you can see, he is in his ending pose from the original Sonic games. And I really like this Sonic plush actually. He looks very, very cute, and you know, he looks like Sonic from the Sonic games, you know, and that's what I really like about this plush. Now moving on to the next Sonic plush is we have this Jakks Pacific Classic Sonic plush. As you can see, it does look like Sonic, and it's a really nice Sonic plush. But on the side right here, we've got 3 spines right here, unlike this one which has 6 spines, which I'm assuming is to give it more of a 2D look, which is an interesting design choice. But guys, let's move on now to the modern Sonic plushies, where we start off with the second worst Sonic plush. The worst Sonic plush will be coming up in a little bit. But as you can see, this is the second worst Sonic plush, and as you can see, he's in his ending pose, but looks nothing like it. Instead, it just ends up looking like he's playing on an air guitar. And on the back right here, there's a little slit right here because there's actually a voice box in this game which allows him to play sound effects from the original Sonic games. But let's move on to some good modern Sonic plushies, where we start with this one. Now, as you can see, this modern Sonic plush was made by Tomy, and as you can see, he's in this like punching pose. And it's a really nice Sonic plush actually. I really like the design of the plush. Looks like modern Sonic, and I think Tomy did an amazing job with this plush. And right here we've got another Sonic.
Another Sonic?
Now as you can see, if you compare it to this plush, you can tell that this plush is just a little bit different. You can tell he's in the pose where he's pointing to the right direction.
I know I'm right. We should go left. That's the right left.
And over here you can see his expression's a little different too. Alright, now let's continue with the modern Sonic plushies, where we have this plush right here. Now as you can see, it's a little bit different to the other modern Sonic plushies. You can see he's got a little bit of a different expression, and it's in a different pose, like he's pointing down instead of right. Now let's move on to the last modern Sonic plush. Now this plush was made by Jakks Pacific, and it's actually a really nice Sonic plush actually. And he's got a massive head right there, as you can see. And over here is his tag right here, which says 30th anniversary. But you know what's the best part about this plush, guys? Is this right here. He's literally asking you guys to give the video a thumbs up. So go down there and smash the thumbs up button. Alright guys, let's move on to the Sonic Boom plushies, where we start with this plush right here. Now this plush looks really cute and really accurate to Boom Sonic. As you can see, he's got the scarf right there. And this is actually the second variant of the Boom Sonic plush, because the first one had a smile, whereas this one has a grin. But this plush looks really nice and really accurate to Boom Sonic. And yeah, this plush is really cool. Alright guys, now let's move on to this larger Sonic Boom plush. Now here's a little bit of a fun fact for you guys. Besides the old Sonic the Hedgehog games we used to own, this was not only the first Sonic plushie we owned, but the first piece of Sonic the Hedgehog merchandise we owned. And it's a really nice Sonic Boom plush. It looks like Boom Sonic, and this plush actually does talk because there's a voice box inside, and he would say a couple of phrases from the TV shows. And as you can see right here, he has his little scarf right there. Now if we go this way, you can see that we have these big heads right here, which have small feet, small hands, and a giant head. These plushies are made by Tomy, and they're actually really cute. They're a clever idea, and I just think there's something new that we haven't seen before, and they're very adorable. And speaking of something new that we haven't seen before, look what we got right here. We've got these Sonic Boom emoji plushies. Now these weren't really highly received, but I think they're kind of cool, you know, and you know, they're kind of cute and it's a clever idea. As you can see, they were made in different expressions. There were different versions made. You got happy emoji, this sad or thinking emoji, whatever you want to call them, this winking emoji, tired emoji, and this love heart emoji.
Yeah, awesome.
It almost reminds me of like when he sees a cheetah dog and it's like, oh, I really want that cheetah dog so badly. Alright guys, now moving on to the Sonic forms. We have first off Classic Super Sonic, the first one since the Sonic the Fighters plush. Then over here we have Modern Super Sonic, which looks really nice as well. And then finally we move on to the Sonic the Hedgehog plush. Now, besides the Jazzwares plush, there isn't really another Hedgehog plush, and I really think this Hedgehog plush is really nice. They have obviously remastered it, but this version is really nice and I just really like this plush.
Alright guys, so that's all the Sonic plushies done. Now let's move on to the Tails plushies. So first off, we have Classic Tails. This is a Tommy plush, and it's a really nice plush. Next off, we have the Jack's Pacific Tails plush. I do think the Tommy plush does look better, but it is still a nice plush. But now let's move on to the worst Sonic plush of all time. Dun dun dun! This is Tails, except it doesn't really look like Tails. I don't even know what's going on with this plush. Like, look at the back, look at that huge slit. Yes, he does make sounds. He's in yeah, he's not the greatest plush. He's a very bad plush, to be honest. I personally wouldn't recommend this plush. Next up, we have this Tails plush, which is pretty much just Tails, but he has this suction cup, so I guess you can stick it onto the window and make it look like he's flying. That's pretty cool. The next plush we have is, surprise surprise, Tails. Now this plush we actually won from the claw machine like first try, and it is actually a really nice plush. It's got a lot of detail and it's got a pretty good expression. Now next up we have Modern Tails, and we also have a different variant of Modern Tails. You can see the pose is slightly different and also the expressions are different as well. Next up is the Tails Big Head, and just like with the Sonic Big Head, it's an amazing plush. They're so cute and it's really unique as well. And obviously it's the Sonic Boom design, so he's got the safety belt as well as the goggles. And I think it's actually one of the nicest Tails plushies. And finally we have the emojis. So Tails only got two emojis. We have a happy emoji and a laughing Tails.
Alright guys, now let's move on to the Knuckles plushies. So starting off with the first Knuckles plush, this is a Carnival Prize plush. And it's a really nice Knuckles plush. As you can see, we've been using it for like almost all of our plush adventures, and it's a really nice plush. It looks like Knuckles and the fists are really cool and yeah, highly detailed. Moving on to this one next, this is Classic Knuckles, and this was made by Jack's Pacific. It's a really nice plush, a little bit cute as you can see, and yeah. Moving on, we have Modern Knuckles. Now, this was made by Tommy as well, and as you can see, he looks pretty angry compared to this one, looking happy, and yeah, he looks really cool. I like the way they've done the fists with this. The detail on the shoes is pretty nice, and it's a really nice plush. Moving on to this plush right here, this is Knuckles, aka Fist. Now, if you don't know what we're talking about, in our old plush adventures, we actually named this guy Fist, Knuckles' long-lost brother. Next up, we have Boom Knuckles. As you can see, it's part of the 8-inch set, and it's a really nice Knuckles plush. And the last two Knuckles plushies are a Knuckles Big Head and a Knuckles emoji. Now, unlike all the other ones where they got multiple different variants, this one only got one, a happy emoji. And it looks really cute though.
Now, let's move on to the Amy plushies. So, the first plush we have is Classic Amy, which is basically the same Amy as the one you see in Sonic CD, and it's actually a really nice plush, very accurate and highly detailed. Moving on, we have Modern Amy, which looks really nice as well. Then we also have two Boom Amy's. We've got, well, it's the same plush, but we have a duplicate of Boom Amy. And finally, we have an Amy Big Head. Well, we have a duplicate as well. But the Amy Big Head is actually very rare now. They're actually very hard to find.
Alright guys, so now let's move on to the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog. Alright guys, so the first Shadow plush we have is Modern Shadow. Now this is made by Tommy, and this is the second variant that Tommy made. And as you can see, he's an angry expression, and he looks really nice. Look, he looks a lot like Shadow. But now let's move on to this larger version of Modern Shadow. Now this Mon Shadow plush looks really nice. He's in a different expression than this one, and he's also saying to give the video a thumbs up as well. And yeah, he's a really nice Shadow plush. And over here we have Boom Shadow. As you can see, it's a really nice plush. Looks a lot like Shadow. And over here we have a big head of Shadow, as well as a duplicate of him. And I've just got to quickly say, guys, that this plush is so cute. He's literally so adorable, and he's probably one of the cutest Sonic plushies. And finally we have Super Shadow, which I believe is the only Super Shadow plush ever made.
Now let's move on to the evil genius himself, Dr. Robotnik, otherwise known as Eggman. So first off, we have a very sought after plush, GE Dr. Robotnik. This is one of the most sought after plushies and one of the most sought after Robotnik plushies, and you can definitely tell why. It's highly detailed and very accurate to Dr. Robotnik. Then next we have a smaller version of Dr. Robotnik made by Tomy. As you can see, he's got his arms folded around him like he's, I guess, angry about that he hasn't yet defeated Sonic yet. We also have another small Robotnik plush. This one was made by Jack Specific, and you can see that his teeth and goggles have a little bit of a metallic look to them. And yes, it's actually a pretty nice Robotnik plush. Then next up we have Modern Eggman. I can't really call him Robotnik now. But as you can see, he also looks really cool as well. I think this is probably one of my favourite Modern Eggman plushies, as some of the other ones aren't the best, but I think Tomy did a really good job with this one. Finally, we have Eggman Giant Head. And right now, this is the only Boom Eggman plush you can get.
Now let's move on to some of the extra characters. So, starting off with Silver. It's a really nice Silver plush. It's very accurate and highly detailed. And we also have Modern Silver right here, which is once again highly detailed, looks really nice and really accurate to Silver. Now we're moving on to Vector the Detector. Now, besides the GE plush, this is the only Vector plush ever made, and it's a really nice Vector plush. It looks like Vector. You got the golden chain right there, and you got the headphones right there, jamming out to the beat, you know? And overall, this is a really nice Vector plush. I really like it. And now if we go all the way back here, we have Mighty and Ray. Now these plushies are actually pretty special because these are the only plushies made of Mighty and Ray. So that's why they're actually pretty cool, and people got pretty excited when they first got released. But yeah, the Mighty plush starting off with looks really nice, highly detailed, got an angry expression right there. And I find he looks really cool and a lot like Mighty. But moving on to Ray, I think this Ray plush looks really nice. He looks very happy. He's saying to give the video a thumbs up once again. And you got the tag right there. Looks really nice. But now for the Chow fans out there, we're moving on to these two Chows right here. So the first one is Dark Chow, which besides the Jack Specific one that got released recently, this is the only Dark Chow plush ever made. And it's a really nice Dark Chow plush. You got the creepy teeth right there, and he's highly detailed, and he's got the spiky ball right there. But moving on to the next Chow, this is regular Chow, and looks really cool, a lot like how the Chows look, got the wings right there. But now moving on, we have Styx the Badger from obviously Sonic Boom. Now if you guys do not know, this is the only Styx plush ever made. They were going to make a big head of this plush, but got cancelled. And I'm really impressed on how they made the Styx plush. It looks really accurate. You got the detail on her on the shoes and stuff. And it's a really nice Styx plush and very accurate to what she looks like. Now let's move on to the ultimate overlord, Metal Sonic. Now here is Boom Metal Sonic, which looks really nice and highly detailed. And got the red eyes right there, which is very cool. But then over here we have Modern Metal Sonic. Now don't get me wrong, this is a nice plush as well. But I find that the hands, they just look a bit odd. I know they're trying to be representing like claw hands, but they look just a bit odd. Otherwise, these plushies are really nice. And then moving on, we have these Orbar Big Heads. Now as you can see, there are 3 of them because these 2 are duplicates. And it's the only Orbar plush ever made. And just like the Amy Big Head, this Orbar Big Head is very rare. And now finally we have Sonic.exe. Okay guys, I'm just kidding. This plush actually isn't Sonic.exe. What this plush is the mysterious Sonic plush. Well, we've given it that name because we do not know what this plush is. We've done a video on this plush, so we highly recommend you check out that video. But we still don't know what this plush is. If you guys know, let us know in the comments down below. We really would love to know what this plush is. And as you can see, it is a bit different to most Sonic plushies. Whereas with this one, there's only 1 buckle on the side of the shoe. This one has 2 buckles on each shoe.
Alright guys, we now have these excessively large plushies right here. We have Sonic Build-A-Bear, as well as a duplicate. They actually have a sound chip where if you press his paw, he'll play the music from the Sonic 3 special stage. And we also have the Tails Build-A-Bear, which doesn't look as good as Sonic. There's a lot of visible stitchings everywhere, whereas the Sonic plush kind of hides it away. But otherwise, it's still a decent plush. And finally, we have the Club Moochie Moochie Sonic Head plush. And honestly, out of all these like Sonic head plushies, this is definitely the best one. And it's actually one of the nicest Sonic plushies that have ever been produced. Alright guys, that is our entire Sonic the Hedgehog plush collection. And as you can see, we have a pretty massive collection of some amazing Sonic the Hedgehog plushies. But now it's time to see if you got the answer correct. How many Sonic plushies do we have? Well, we hope you had fun counting. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.